Welcome back, guys. Back at it again with another reactions video. My name is Angel. Today I'm going to do a video with no face cam. The reason being is I am a Raiders fan and I am, emotionally and physically and mentally exhausted, from yesterday's game. I don't know, the plays that we did and the way we played and the coaching schemes and the play calling. And it was just frustrating to witness back to back games where we could have won. But we constantly beat ourselves, making silly mistakes, whether it's penalties, not catching the ball, not making the right reads, not tackling correctly. And it's always like three or four plays. And then it also feels just the part that sucks. It just feels like every other team that plays us gets the calls and we get none of them. Whether it's the Jacoby Myers pass interference was similar to the ending gameplay where Joshua Palmer, I believe, for the Chargers receiver catches the ball to end the game, does a similar push off to Jacoby Bennett. It just seems like we never get the calls, and then when Crosby makes another sack, they call penalty. So he should have had 3 sacks instead of two. It's just, deflating and it's tiring, year after year. I've only been a Raider fan for so long, and I know other fans have been Raider fans much longer and have suffered much worse and are more dedicated, into making content with the Raiders and spending a lot more money than I have for the Raiders organization. And I feel bad for them. I feel bad for myself. I'm always going to be a Raiders fan for life. It's just at this moment in time, we had Aiden O'Connell, and it just feels like he was never given a fair shot in the first half. Like all the plays that were called were Josh McDaniel's favorite plays, and he kept calling plays that he felt were best for the team to win instead of calling plays that were best fit for Aiden O'Connell. You saw that in the second half, how Aiden O'Connell adjusted and felt a lot better. When you have a rookie quarterback like that, you cannot call plays where he has to wait for the routes to, develop over 3, 4, 5 seconds. That's part of coaching, and I've give the benefit of the doubt to Josh McDaniels, but enough's enough. So I'm kind of with the rest of Raider Nation, just like not at this point of the season, but at the end of the season, if they don't turn it around or it looks like keeps going this route, yeah, fire Josh McDaniels at this point. Towards the end of the year, because if you fire him now, like who are you getting? The defensive coordinator to become the head coach? Like, are you serious? Like, I that's the only thing I would push back is just let him do this year and figure it out. Whether he starts, I hope he keeps Aiden O'Connell as a starter because as you've seen this game, he kept pushing and doing well. As the game progressed, and that's just one game, so you can only imagine. And I don't think personally that he got the full prep work that he deserved. I really do believe that Josh McDaniels was praying and hoping that Jimmy Garoppolo would be the starter for Week 4. But once it was announced, then that's when he was pressured by the Raiders fans to start Aiden O'Connell over Brian Hoyer, because I do believe he was going to start Brian Hoyer if the Raider fans didn't pressure the organization into it. So I feel like that's my thoughts on that. On the game and stuff. Josh Jacob, he's starting to come along, right? And I think Josh Jacobs is being, not given the full chance to perform the way he should. When you're running HB draw with him, that's not his strength. His strength is, power formation. And when you saw that in the second half, we need to start running more power formations, whether you're playing play action off of it or you're actually running the ball, because Josh Jacobs can and will get you those yards if you do it off of the right formations. We'll see if they adjust. That's the whole part of what being a coach is noticing that, but the man is not making adjustments, so I could see why a lot of people are saying fire Josh McDaniels, because it's just tiring and it's just, ridiculous. And the Patriot way is no longer a thing anymore in the NFL. Look at Bill Belichick and the Patriots. They're not longer doing well, and stuff like that, being that strict. Like, it wasn't even the Patriot way, to be honest. It seems like it was the Tom Brady way, Tom Brady made the Patriot way look good. You take Tom Brady off of that, and it's proven to be a thing where you don't have those type of quarterbacks. Those systems are not going to work. If you don't have the Peyton Mannings, Tom Brady's of the world, Patrick Mahomes, like those are very few guys. Aaron Rodgers, that have systems that can make those systems, any system, look amazing and great. But I've been talking too much. Let's just watch the highlights. Like I said, I'm just like so over it right now, and of the season, I'm just like with the mindset of the lowest expectations, hoping we win and whatever. But if we don't and we continue to lose these next couple games that are actually super winnable, with facing the Packers and I think the Bears back-to-back weeks, and we could still reach 500. And I don't think we make the playoffs. You know, we have a lot of talent and stuff. It's just I don't know if the locker room's there to play for that coach, and I don't know if that coach is willing to adjust, and I don't know if he's gonna have Jimmy Garoppolo. Start. It looks like from the press conference he is, but it is what it is. I hope he just plays Aiden O'Connell the rest of the year till he gets hurt. Hopefully he doesn't. And regardless of how he performs, and let the kid grow with NFL experience, he'll only get better. I promise you that. But this guy's job's on the line, and I know he's going to want to win. And Jimmy does give us the best chances to win the next 2 games, maybe 3. That's barring if he gets any injuries or anything. But I think Josh McDaniels feels more comfortable because Jimmy Garoppolo gets rid of the ball so quickly that he makes the offensive line look amazing. And our offensive line, the way they played yesterday was proven that they're not as good as we thought they were. Because Khalil Mack to get 6 sacks is ridiculous. Also, Aiden O'Connell does have a part into that and holding on to the ball for so long. But you know, you got to call plays. That goes with the coaching. You got to call plays. Run the ball more. The fact that he threw 39 freaking times is ridiculous. He should have thrown max 30, maybe less. And Josh Jacobs should have ran for like 25 rushing attempts. He ran for only 17. He's averaging 17 rushing attempts. Like Josh Jacobs in power formation, a beast. But I think because he's on a contract year and because he sat out, I think they're holding a grudge, being little babies about it. I mean, both sides were. But now they're holding a grudge during the season, sacrificing wins that are possible wins, for the fans, and like that. That sucks because we're the ones caught in the middle of it. Always supporting no matter what and always being there. Let's take a look at the Las Vegas Raiders and Los Angeles Chargers 2023 Week 4 game highlights. I mean, let's relive this nightmare of what could have been. Easy win. Good run by the Chargers. Man, they have speed too, man. They're pretty good. And then they didn't even have Austin Eckler or Bosa. Like, oh man, we should have won that game, man. So winnable. Yeah, we were struggling defensively in the beginning of the game. I think Herbert's like, at this moment of the season, he's like top 3 quarterback in the league, especially with a lot of disappointments with the quarterbacks. They haven't been playing up to par. But Justin Herbert's been playing pretty well. I guess holding on to the ball too much, but also to them stunts, man, are getting through. Like, how did they? So easy. And we got to blitz more too. Like, Malcolm Kuntz was putting pressure. I like that. Kuntz was putting so much pressure on the quarterback. His stats may not show it, but he was playing great too. Look at that. Man, Josh Jacobs. He should be getting the ball 20-something touches every single game. There's no excuses for that. Josh McDaniels thinks he has Tom Brady out there. Look at that throw. Play action. See when you get the running game involved and it gets going? Receivers get open. There's no excuse for these receivers not to be getting open with the right schemes. And we got Carter too. He's like super quick. Look at Josh Jacobs. It's just so frustrating. Week after week, you see it, that we have the talent and we can do it. It's up to the coach or the offensive coordinator, which is the coach, in our scenario, to call the right plays. Look at that Crosby right there. Tackle Diablo. Oh my goodness. That's 3rd and 1, dude. Think about that. And he catches that. I think they go on to score, right? That was 3rd and 1. That was so huge early on in the game. Because whatever points they get, yeah. See, that was a huge play. And that's what I'm talking about. There's always like 3 to 5 plays for the Raiders that if you do differently, we could have won, man. Easily have won. I mean, that is football for you, It comes down to a couple plays, and if they go the opposite, one team wins, goes the other direction, the other team wins. In our case, it just seems like we're losing and shit. Sorry for my language. Look at Crosby, man. What a beast. Starting to show up the past 2 weeks. I'm starting to see him on the TV like, damn. Get you them sacks, Crosby. He's starting to just demolish defenders. That's got to be intercepted. If he had two hands, I'm thinking he intercepts that. But his left hand's messed up. Yeah, so they got 3 points. They should have got nothing. They should have got nothing, and we should have had field possession. You know, if we had gotten that sack on 3rd and 1. Fumbles. See, but this is where you got to ease them in and run the ball. It looked like it was going to be a blowout at this point. So he has Jacobs open for a while, and then Jacobs. Oh man, dude. Honestly, the way like they're guarding deep because they're afraid of Davante and Jacoby. I would have thrown the ball to Jacobs like 20 times. And then too, I think that's our best offensive tackle, and he gets demolished by Mack, and it's just ridiculous. But that'll come with reps and stuff, with in-game reps and playing the games. Aiden O'Connell will get better at, you know, reading the speed of how the game is played in the actual pros. Yeah, look, we're down 24-7. At this point, I'm sure every Raiders fan is like, damn, man, I was hoping Aiden O'Connell would have played better. And, you know, we're thinking this is going to be 40-something blowout. Like, back at it again with another week. It doesn't matter what quarterback we have. But then something snapped and changed within him. And I think it's the play calling. They called plays that suited him better, not for their own offense, not for their own schemes. Look at that outright. This guy, man, I cannot believe he's digressed that bad. How do you drop that? Yeah. The offensive line is bad. I'm gonna give Jimmy Garoppolo credit in this, is that he makes that offensive line look better. He gets rid of the ball within like 1.5, 2 seconds. And then he got hurt, the corner too. I don't know if he ever came back. I didn't quite catch that. But he was playing pretty well as well. Look at 3 offensive linemen got demolished right there. Like, it's ridiculous. Somebody block for him. Because when you block, he can... I mean, that goes for any quarterback, but especially Aiden O'Connell, you can see. And Josh Jacobs was playing out of his mind as far as receiving and stuff. Rushing the ball, he was barely catching it. Like, what kind of runs are those to the side on 3rd and 1? Run that eye power formation down the middle, down their throat. It's ridiculous. I think this is the play after Adams was already hurt. He came back in, and O'Connell started to realize, oh, wait, I have Davante Adams. Like, he should have realized it sooner. Scramble out of the pocket, throwing. I don't know how he didn't catch that. I'm assuming he didn't get his left foot down, maybe. But it would have been nice if he had caught that. Man, we made plays. We made enough. It just... we didn't make enough. It's just frustrating to see. Tackle. Tackle, please. Somebody tackle him. Jeez. Like, how come we can't get screenplays like that go for that many? Look at this guy's holding. Crosby gets held so many times, dude. It's ridiculous. It doesn't get called. And the Raiders don't even want to tackle this guy because they don't want to get fined. Because it's ridiculous. The penalties that go other teams' ways and it goes against us. Oh, this was a nice interception. Block was crazy. Who annihilated Keenan Allen. Look at that. See, he gets the ball pretty out well enough. He was already knowing that Mack was coming from the blind side, and he passed it to Josh. That was nice. Jacobs was playing like a beast, man. I don't know if he's still out of shape. He looked like he's still out of shape, but look at these runs, man. But where is that? What formation does that come from, dude? It's like, it's not that difficult, dude. If the fans can see it, like the coach, how can you not see it? Like, what is wrong with you? Look at that running back all day, every day, dude, because they're doubling both receivers. And then one thing I didn't like is that both of the receivers are lined up on the same side a couple of the plays, and I'm like, I would scratch that. Because they can double and on one side heavy. Look at that run by Jacobs. But what formation is that coming from? Nice run, Jacobs. He just started to catch a rhythm. You got to give the running backs the ball. I know it's a new day and age where people want to be pass happy, but if you run the ball, this will not happen. That 7-2 got destroyed. Like, these guys were getting demolished. I have a feeling he's going to start Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm going to be upset. Look at that Crosby, man. Crosby's a beast. He's showing up. Nice throw. There we go. That was there all day, every day. Once he started to realize that, he started to abuse it, and there was nothing they can do about it. We just have too many good running backs that can destroy these guys. And we have Davante Adams and Jacoby Myers. Like, there's no excuse. And then one thing I'm flabbergasted about is we have two pretty good tight ends, and we're not even using them. It's just ridiculous. Oh, there we go. We're right there, dude. And then the defense does its job. Tackle somebody. Tackle somebody, man. That missed tackles, dude, are just so frustrating. He should have been sacked, but that was Diablo again, man. Diablo got to get better at tackling. We got lucky right there, 91, you know. Reached and got him. This was amazing. I was like so hyped. I was like, let's go, let's go. It looks like we could do it. 4th and 1. That coach for the Chargers, dude, should be fired, dude. That's back-to-back weeks. They do that on their own side, and they do not get it. If you're a Chargers fan, man, you are worried with that coach because you have an elite team. But that coach is... coach is finally, Renfro. You showed up. You're here. Sheesh. Scary, scary, scary. But nobody's open. Look at that man's triple coverage. I'm sure Davante's triple coverage. Like, just crazy. O'Connell does what O'Connell does. And then this was a beautiful, amazing catch. I didn't think he caught it because I didn't think his... But his elbow came down. I think he rushed it. Look, the seconds and clock's going down. Why? 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 What I say? Don't have these two guys together, dude. This was so dumb. Okay, let's review this. 17-24. 239. First and goal. Let me repeat that. First and goal. We got like what? 5 yards? 4 yards? Looks like 4 yards. Run the ball. Are you telling me you are about to commit and repeat the same thing that the Seahawks did against the Patriots in the Super Bowl? When they had Marshawn Lynch and we have Josh Jacobs and you don't run the ball? You are about to run a rub route with the best receiver. Mind you, he doesn't even know how to do a rub route because every time he does one, it's for him, not for him to be the bait. Dude, this was so bad in so many levels. You could see Davante didn't know what to do, how to do a rub. Plus, he's injured. How do you expect him to like get in somebody's way and risk? Like, dude, his pain tolerance is high enough already as it is. But you expect him to run into somebody knowing that he's about to feel some massive pain. And then Jacoby didn't even... Dude, that ball was perfectly thrown to Jacoby, but he didn't even know the play was for him. We have a timeout. Call a timeout. Call the freaking timeout. You have all the time in the world. Plus, you don't want to score early enough. You give the ball back to Justin Herbert, and he has a potential to get a field goal. Like, dude, the coaching right here, like, I've backed Josh McDaniels last year saying it was Derek Carr's fault. You know, and Derek Carr's not playing pretty well at all with the Saints anyways. So I think Derek Carr just, you know, has PTSD over when he got hurt, you know, that year that he was, you know, an MVP for him and he got hurt and we could have done something and probably, you know, who knows, won the Super Bowl that year with Derek Carr. It's just unfortunate events that he got hurt and he could never recover mentally. In my personal opinion, yeah, Josh McDaniels ain't it. You know, you've had these years with the Raiders and you continue to mess up and I just can't anymore. Like even the few people of the Raiders organizations that were like backing you up and had your back and saying giving you the benefit of the doubt and saying no, like he's not as bad as you guys think and nah, dude, these past 2 weeks you've proven me wrong, my friend. You have proven like, dude, this cannot happen. This cannot happen. This is as bad as the 4th and 1 call by the Chargers freaking head coach on your side. Like just punt the ball. Like what are you doing? Like this cannot happen. You see this play, and I could already like call timeout. Look at this. Davante has already messed up right here because he should be more up on the field and he should be on the closer to the defender. Instead, because Davante is hesitating and he knows the ball's not going to him, so he doesn't commit to the role that he's given in this specific play and formation. That Asante Samuels is able to sit there and he does what he does and picks it off. But the worst part is the person he's throwing it to does not know what's going to him. How is that possible? How is that possible? Look at this. Davante blocks his own guy. Davante's supposed to be more up on the field. Like, this is ridiculous. Instead, what this should have been right here was a fake rub route. And Davante just doing a pure slant. Because if you look at it, he would be so wide open. There's so much field on the top of the red zone. It's just ridiculous. We should have run the ball regardless. Or it could, you know what they could have done right here? Fake the rub route. He fakes that pass, and Josh Jacobs is on the left side and do an HB screen or an HB, one-on-one against the linebacker. I would have preferred that better. But no, you do a rub route. You didn't learn from the Seahawks Pete Carroll mistake, and you decided to make a mistake like this. Like I think this lost probably the locker room. I still think they could win the next 2 games. Versus Green Bay and I think the Bears they play after that. These 2 games they should have won. They should be 3-1 instead of 1-3, and it's just frustrating as a Raiders fan, per usual. Look at this. That was a perfect throw to Jacoby, but excuse me, this is just ridiculous. And then Davante does get in the way, but he's like so hurt that he can't like. You got to read the situation, Josh. Like, I don't know. And then for him to blame the QB and the presser or whatever, like people were saying, I didn't really get to see it. But if he did, that's BS. That's on McDaniels. That's on you, dog. Like you did this. You caused it. You had him passing 39 freaking times. 39 attempts. Passing attempts. He shouldn't have passed that much. Josh Jacobs should have rushed more. Like, that's ridiculous. I just lost all my energy. I was so pissed at this point. I was just like dumbfounded, flabbergasted that we threw the ball at that point. Like, Palmer, he pushed off right there too. And they had called that earlier on Jacoby, and we don't get that call. Like, it's ridiculous. Everything's against us. The refs, our own coach doesn't know how to call plays. Like, I don't know, man. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't matter if the Chargers win. They're not going to do anything with it. They're going to get waxed in the playoffs. As far as the Raiders fans, I mean, if we continue to lose, hopefully we get a good draft pick, even though I don't want to lose. I do have hope, but at this point right now, thinking the worst, hoping for the best. Because I'm in reality at this point where Josh McDaniels, one, is not it. And no matter what happens, we're just not going to do that well because the refs are against us. The coaching doesn't know how to adapt to his players and just wants to call the plays that he likes. Like, he's not on the field. He needs to call the plays that are comfortable for the players that are on the field and that help those players, whether it's Aiden O'Connell or Jimmy Garoppolo. And damn if you do, damn if you don't. Jimmy Garoppolo is a really pretty decent quarterback, but we've been fugazed and finessed by the amount of interceptions that he has. So would you rather have the interceptions or the sacks? Granted, let's say this kid gets sacked 7 times, which he did, but he doesn't fumble the ball 3 times and lose the ball twice. And say he got sacked those times, but he doesn't lose the ball. It's not that bad. But it's the fact that he lost the ball, fumbled the ball twice, and we lost it, which is bad. But Jimmy still threw 3 interceptions the last game. So I don't know. And personally, I think O'Connell's talent-wise is better. It's just Jimmy's experience is there. So let's just build up the kid's experience, and get it up there. It's a long-ass video than I expected. I'm just so passionate about this team, and it just sucks that we just have to suffer again and deal with this BS. That being said, if you like the content, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next Raiders video. And hopefully, it's a dub.